All right. So we're just gonna, we're gonna go in. I'm really excited. Meadows really fucking good. This is his third time, and he gets to go as long as he wants tonight. It's Meadow, everybody.
I did. I did. Okay.
What's going on, you guys?
Yay!
So he told you guys this is my third time, and they say third time's a charm. So I'm getting real comfortable up here, and it's kind of an odd feeling for no reason that I'm getting better. Kind of reminds me of that time I had to take a sexual harassment course. I thought, hey, I'm gonna be pretty good at this. This is easy. Speaking of easy, ladies, if you want to sleep with me, it's fucking easy. All you really gotta do is get my number and text me WYD, which stands for Where's Your Dick? And I'm always gonna reply, OMG, on my way. LOL. So I tried that relationship thing, you guys, and yuck. You bitches snore. Nah, I'm good. Nah. But I like to wake them up romantically and be like, hey, let me know when your Uber drops you off. Knowing damn well I ain't gonna be up, I'm gonna be. So, I had to end a relationship because I heard her mom and her grandma talking shit about me. Well, not directly, but I knew. Because when I walked in, they were finishing up and they were like, as long as she's happy. Bitch, what the fuck? What's that mean? You know what I mean? So that's kind of the punchline to my next joke. You know, what the fuck does that mean? I want to tell you about this time I had downtown. My night starts off rough. You know, I forget my wallet, I forget my cigarettes, gotta go home, gotta come back. Well, this night, let me tell you how they caught me on a bad day again. When I say they, it's because it was a beautiful night. Now, these people usually work alone. It was a trio of bums. And again, they were working together, and I knew two of them out of the three. So I was familiar with them, but again, they caught me on a bad day. I forgot my wallet, forgot my cigarettes. So the guys, they're working the crowd, right? And they're asking for cigarettes, and they're asking for money, and I'm like, you know, not today. So the guy asked me for a cigarette, and I'm like, I only got a couple. And he's like, well, give me one. I'm like, no, I only got a couple. You know. Then the other guy's like, you got any money? I'm like, I only brought the card tonight. I only got the card. So he grows up here and he's like, well, why don't you just get us something to eat? And I'm like, the fuck? Like, damn, you about to depot me out my money, to get you guys something to eat, and I'm not having it today. So, I just brush it off, right? And then, I overhear the guy talking about, well, you don't want no problems. So at this point, you know what I mean? I'm like, fuck that. Start rolling up my sleeves, and I'm like, yeah, you got some problems right now, right? So again, these are some bums. And, I flicked the cigarette, and boom, I got rid of one bum. You know what I mean? Now I'm down to two bums in a fight. And I start visualizing me beating up these other bums. But, that's when they caught me off guard. I thought I could take on two bums. And that's when they fucked me up. Not physically, emotionally, Because the other stranger bum started pushing the guy back. And then that's when he was like, he's not worth it. The fuck you mean? You the bum. So, I realized I needed to quit smoking weed that night because I'm fighting bums. And again, the reason I felt I also needed to quit smoking weed because I started getting my stepkids confused. This is a cheating joke. I remember I called one of my stepkids Brace Face. which was weird because he didn't have any braces. And he called me out on it. So I didn't panic. I just told him, well, I got a brace every time I see your face. Now go to sleep because your mama's tired. So I actually tried to move in with that girl and it didn't work out. But I remember this one time, you know, I didn't make it home before the sun, so I needed to make up an excuse. So I came up with a foolproof plan. Because I didn't want her to throw out the Jordans she just got me, you know what I mean? So I decided to walk into the walk-in and get that bracelet, you know what I mean? Because my portfolio already took a hit. And I'm thinking, $20 copay for a $200 pair of Jordans? Sold. And it's crazy because, you know, I had immunity at the hospital. But as long as she's happy, you know what I mean? There's a lot of sacrifices I'm doing, you guys, to try to make this comedy thing work. I feel like I can't get into a relationship because every girl's like, oh, you think you're funny? And I'm like, bitch, I'm trying. And I'm spending a lot of time writing these bomb-ass jokes so I can't make it to the gym. Sacrifices. Heard I got a lot of time, so, you know, you guys like fat jokes?
Yay.
I'm fat. I heard a lot of them growing up. Let's not cancel me. I got a lot of material, which is what my clothes is made out of. Lots of it. No, I had a lot of co-workers that were big. We were all big, so we all had like a lot of fat jokes. But my best friend, R.I.P., Sean, he used to tell the best fat jokes. One time he called me a 22-pound baby. Premature. He told me my zodiac sign was an elephant. And that I should never forget. Speaking of never forget, you guys remember 9/11? That's why I don't trust the government, you guys. I remember when 9/11 happened, they just fucking threw a McGriddle at you, like, shut the fuck up. Which is kind of the reason I'm wondering why nobody's talking about Donald Trump returning to Facebook. All I see is that steak and egg cheese bagel on my fucking feed. I don't trust the government, you guys. So, I got a joke. You guys want to hear a joke?
Yeah.
All right. This is about the divorced man and his mother-in-law. So, guy's just getting divorced, and he got fucked, right? So he's walking down the beach, and he kicks over a genie lamp, right? And out comes the fucking genie. Genie's like, I'm gonna grant you 3 wishes. But the thing is, whatever you wish for, your mother-in-law gets double. So right away, he's like, shit, let me get one of them Hummers. So the genie grants him his wish. Boom, gives him a Hummer, right? But his mother-in-law gets 2. So that kind of pisses him off. So he thinks about his second wish and he's like, genie, inside of my Hummer, fill it with nothing but $100 bills. So the genie grants him his wish and fills up his one Hummer with $100 bills, right? But his mother-in-law gets 2, so that kind of pisses him off. So he asks the genie, he's like, do I gotta make my 3rd wish right now? And he's like, no, sleep on it, come back. But you don't get your Hummer until you make your 3rd wish. So he's like, all right, you got 24 hours. So the guy's tossing and turning all night, and he comes up with it, and he figures it out. So boom, he runs to the beach. He's looking for the genie bottle. He sees it. He fucking punts it, right? Boom. Wakes the genie up. Genie's like, all right, you got one more wish. So the guy was like, genie, beat me half to death. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Meadow, everybody. Thank you so much. All right. We have a first timer coming up. You guys should cheer for that.